Hey, what's up guys, Zestran here, and welcome back to part 2 of my thoughts on the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So you might be wondering, why the fuck am I outside? Well, it's a simple question, because I fucking feel like it. No, honestly, it's just a really nice day out, and it's kind of hot and stuffy in my room, so I decided to go to the backyard and record a video on Kevin's laptop, because I only have a desktop, and Kevin's laptop is at my house, so fuck you, Kevin. Anyway, as I said already, and you can tell by the title, this is part 2. I did part 1 like a few weeks ago, and when I made that video I didn't even do the first Divine Beast yet, so I pretty much played the majority of the game since then, and I have some thoughts. I have some changed opinions on some things of the game. There's some things that still annoyed the hell out of me, there's some things that I actually kind of liked, but without further ado, let's get started. So, like I said, I did all 4 Divine Beasts since I played it, and I gotta say, those are supposed to be the main dungeons of the game. They're terrible. They're probably some of the worst Zelda dungeons in the entire series. And I know they kind of changed it up. They had the Divine Beast, but then they had 120 shrines throughout the world that were more like dungeony. But like, I like the whole like 9 dungeon system in Zelda games. There's like 8 to 9 dungeons or so, sometimes more, sometimes less. They pretty much start the game and you do a dungeon. Like, you start the game, you do some shit, and then you end up at a dungeon or a temple or whatever the hell you want to call it. And I really much enjoyed that aspect of Zelda's. And there was always themed. There was the forest level, there was the fire level, there was the water level, there was the ice or the wind or the whatever level. And I always really liked that in Zelda games. And this one didn't have that. There was no themed anything except for like the area to go to. Like, yeah, obviously you go to the volcano, it's going to be lava themed because there's lava in a volcano. But none of the areas were themed around anything, and they just kind of they weren't fun really. They were too short. There was like 1 or 2 enemies max in them. The cats started fighting, scared the shit out of me. There was puzzles, but they were, I don't know, they weren't like fun. Like, they weren't like, I don't know. I just didn't really care for the dungeons at all. I would have much more preferred to have a traditional Zelda-esque dungeon system in this game. I do not like the whole shrine and Divine Beast thing at all. And also with the dungeons, I didn't like the bosses, like the actual, I mean, there's like random open world bosses that you'll run into that just pop out of nowhere, and I didn't really like that aspect either, because you just kind of like, oh, I gotta run to get this new area, oh, here's a big boss, now either I'm gonna get my ass kicked at the beginning of the game, or I just gotta run away. And sometimes that's annoying because sometimes they can kill you and you're trying to get out of the way, like the Guardians will do. You know, you're trying to get out of the way and they shoot you. I was trying to get to the tower in the middle area where Hyrule Castle is. I was trying to climb the tower, but since there's like 3 Guardians in the area, I kept getting shot down. So I couldn't even, it took me forever to get up to the top of the tower. I had to keep getting to the points you go to so you can rest up, and then saving, so if I die I can just restart there, and that was really annoying. But with the bosses, the actual Divine Beast bosses, they were just different forms of Ganon, and they all sucked. There was no, I really liked the, like, going back to the whole dungeon thing, because like when you go to a dungeon in other Zelda games, you're going to find an item there, except for in Link Between Worlds, but there's an item you need for that dungeon. But you're going to find an item there, and you know you're going to use that item to defeat the boss in some cool way, usually. And then you go and whack it with your sword. And yeah, it was kind of, you know, simplistic and, you know, whatever, but I don't look for Zelda games for like a really hard combat challenge. Like, that's not what those games are about. And I mean, I had some fun with the boss, but I hate how they're all just Ganon. I hated how they all look the same. You pretty much fight them all the same way, and I didn't really enjoy it. And then with the final boss, spoilers, I'll probably put a spoilers tag at the beginning of this video, but it was because like, if you do all 4 Divine Beasts, they wipe out half his health, which is convenient, but also it's like, oh well, there goes some of the challenge of this fight. And there's freaking gnats flying all over me. But that knocks out some of the challenge right there. But then also, it's just like, the boss was like, it was anticlimactic. There was no Ganondorf. He didn't even have any dialogue, like not even text or VO, nothing. He just like shows up, and then you fight him, and then turns to Ganon, and then you kill him, and then there's a cutscene. There is, if you get all the memories, there is like, I guess there's an alternative ending or something like that. I haven't done that yet, but I don't know what it is. But like pretty much how I got it is Zelda's like, do you remember me? And then like goes away, like goes to credits or whatever. I'm like, oh, that was dumb.
May I ask, do you really remember me?
So the ending was very anticlimactic to me. I didn't much enjoy it. But other aspects of the game, like I'm pretty sure I mentioned, I haven't actually watched my other part, like recently. Like I've probably watched it before, like when I edited it and whatnot. But I probably mentioned like how I hate the weapon breaking, and I still really hate it. But since getting the Master Sword, I hate how it doesn't break, which is nice. But I hate how it's only 30, like the strength is only 30 on it. It's like, really? The Sword of Evil's Bane is only 30 strength? Like, what? It should have been like twice that at least. I know you can't, like when you're in the when you're in the Divine Beasts, it's stronger, and I think when you're in some of the shrines it might be, or I know when you're fighting Ganon it's stronger, but still, it's like, really, only 30? But then it doesn't break, but it runs out of energy and it has to recharge. It's like, what the fuck? So I get so annoying because if you fighting one, like, oh, your weapon has low on energy. It's like, oh my god, can't I just fight? Like, I really hate it, and it goes way too quickly. And then the Hylian shield can break, and the only way you can re-get it is if you got to build your house or town or whatever, and there's a shopkeeper they can buy. I guess that's what I heard. I haven't done that yet either, but I have the Hylian shield. Hawaiian shield. That's what I almost said. But I have the Hylian shield, and I just try, like, it's really tough, but like, if it breaks, I'll be like, fuck. But like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure I talked about how much I hate the weapon and gear breaking. That's really dumb. But what I did do is I pretty much made my Link look like how I think a Link should look. I unlocked, using amiibos, I unlocked the different tunics. So I got the Cap of Twilight, I think it's called, which is the hat that Link wears in Twilight Princess. I think it was like the like first gear you get like the Hyrule trousers and the Hyrule shirt thing. It's red originally. I dyed it green, of course, and then I put the cap on. It's like, yeah, this is what my Breath of the Wild Link looks like, and that's how I played pretty much the whole game. And I consider that like that's how Link. I saw these, people put like armor and other weird gear on them. Like some people, if you have bought the DLC, you get the Switch T-shirt. And some people, it's like, it just doesn't. It's not Link. Like Link has a look, So I didn't really like that aspect of it either. I mean, it was an interesting idea, but I personally didn't like it. There's just a lot of things, like, because they wanted to break tradition and change the way, like, break conventions and, like, change a whole bunch of stuff about Zelda, but it's like, I liked Zelda for those conventions. Like, I liked how Zelda was, and it's changed a lot, and, like, Skyward Sword changed a lot of stuff, too, but it kind of did it the wrong way, where it was, like, too hand-holdy, too linear. Like, Zelda games are not, like, non-linear, but Skyward Sword was very linear. Like, they pretty much was like, yeah, you go here. Like, just go here. And it wasn't open, like, it was, like all the areas were separate from each other. And then Link Between Worlds was a little more less linear, like, because you can do the dungeons in any order. And I didn't like that either. I liked, you go with this dungeon, then this dungeon, then this dungeon, then this dungeon. But, maybe if they can, I don't know if they ever go back to that formula, but if they did, maybe they can, like, kind of mix in a little bit of, like, yeah, you gotta kind of go here, but you gotta kind of figure out how you get there. No one's gonna tell you should go to the mountains or whatever. But I don't know, it's like, I felt like the game was too open. Like, a lot of people complain about how games are just too open, there's nothing really to do, and there is really nothing much to do in the open space. Like, you can fight some enemies, you can do some things, but there's nothing really spectacular to really, there's like no reason for the game to be that open. Like, it serves really no purpose. Like, there's so many games that are just open to be open, and yeah, there are side quests, but none of them are too thrilling to me. And I don't know, I also hate, like, again, because, like, you have X amount of space for gear, but there's no place you can store gear that I know of. There might be, I've not looked into it, but as far as I know, there's not. So you can't go and like, oh, this is a really cool sword. I don't want to use it because I'm going to end up breaking it. So let me just store this. But you can't do that. And that's really annoying. But some things I did like I like this. I like how the story was. I think there could have been more to it, but I kind of like the whole idea of just like it's 100 years has gone by. You don't know what's going on. The land is in ruin, and then you start remembering things, and you realize that all your friends are dead. Like all the champions, they're all dead. Zelda is not like she's alive, but she's like fighting Ganon or whatever. And so you're just trying to figure out what everything happens, and then I like unlocking all the memories, and you start to find out what happened. It's kind of interesting. And I did think the champions are interesting characters, but like I feel like it would have been cool. Like I feel like it'd be cool if we get like a prequel game to this, where we actually did all the stuff they did. You know, we're trying to get the all the guardians and stuff like that, and meeting all the champions for the first time, and escorting Zelda around and stuff like that. That'd be fun, but I don't think we would ever do that. Like we've gotten some sequels to Zelda games, like direct sequels, like for Majora's Mask, and then like Phantom Hourglass and Link Between Worlds, and I think there's some other ones that were like direct sequel, like same Link, same like there's no like the direct like sequel stuff. But usually it's just like, here, new game, new Link, new premise, new pretty much world, still called Hyrule though, whatever, you know. And I don't know. It was just interesting, but it was just definitely lacking in some areas. Like the whole, like, you were there 100 years ago when shit went down, but then you disappeared for 100 years, and now everyone you know is dead, and the land is in ruin, and a whole bunch of shit happened. It kind of reminds me of Avatar, and it's somewhat in a way, because like in that show, like Aang, he gets frozen for 100 years, comes back, and realizes, oh shit, all this shit's happened, and a bunch of his friends are dead, or gone, or really old, and all the places he knew and loved are changed and different. You know, it's not quite the same, but there's definitely similarities, and like I kind of like that, like the aspect of it. In terms of combat, like I got better with the combat as I played more. I still think that Twilight Princess has the best combat in the game, but I still stand that Zelda's not really a combat focused series. It would be nice if they kind of did more. One thing I found really annoying, it was very, very, very minor thing that doesn't really mean anything, but in Twilight Princess, I think maybe it's Skyward Sword, maybe not, I don't remember, but in Twilight Princess, you can swing your sword while running, so you're running through a field with a whole bunch of long grass, like there is everywhere in Breath of the Wild. You can just swing your sword and cut it all down just because it pleases you. You can't do that in Breath of the Wild, and that annoys you. You have to stop and swing, or you can charge up the Great Spin and do that. But what I keep doing, because I keep forgetting it, because it was the last one I got, it was Urbosa's Gale, or whatever the hell it's called, the move you get from the Gerudo champion, where when you do the Great Spin you shoot lightning, which is cool and it's really convenient when there's a bunch of enemies around, or even when you're fighting a boss or whatever. I think that how I actually defeat Ganon, to be honest, or the Calamity Ganon or whatever. But so I'll keep doing that, and I'll shoot lightning. I'm like, oh, I keep forgetting I have that, and it's kind of it's funny. I do, like, oh, okay. Well, like, yeah, I feel like the combat definitely could have been better. It's been better in past Zelda games, so it was definitely a step back for combat in this game. But like, still, Zelda's not really a combat series. That's like the third time I said it, but it doesn't make it any less true. I don't know really what else. I mean, it's definitely not my least favorite Zelda game. It is definitely not my favorite Zelda game. I might want to. I've been planning to do like a top 5 probably Zelda games list, and I've said it before. My favorite Zelda game is Twilight Princess. So that's already number 1. But and like I love a lot of Zelda games. I think I've played every Zelda game, but I have not beaten every Zelda game. I've beaten every 3D Zelda game, and I think I've only beaten 2 2D ones, or 2.5D, I guess, because Link Between Worlds and Phantom Hourglass. But like, one of my favorite Zelda games, Link to the Past, I've never actually beaten. I always get stuck in the Ice Palace. And I actually found my Game Boy Advance copy, and the one that had 4 swords on it. So I popped it in, and what do you know? I was in the Ice Palace, and that's where I'm stuck at. And that's like the 3rd time I've gotten there. I just can't get past it. I should really go back and try to actually beat that game, because it is one of my favorites. And turns out other 2D Zelda games, like, I don't like the original Zelda. Like, it just, like, they improved, like, Link to the Past really improved what and made Zelda what Zelda is, in my opinion. I know a lot of people really love the original Zelda, but, like, again, I'm only 23. I was born in 94. Like, by that point, yeah, I think Link to the Past came out in 92. So that was the third Zelda. I think there might have been, Link's Awakening might have been out by the time I was born. I don't know what year the game came out. But, like, the first Zelda I played was Ocarina of Time. That's pretty much what I was getting to. And, so that's part of it. I don't know why I went off as a tangent. I'm talking about Breath of the Wild, not the whole Zelda series. But basically, yeah, like, Breath of the Wild, good game. 10 out of 10? Not in my opinion. Like, 7.5, 8 maybe. Maybe I shouldn't say that because everyone attacked Jim Sterling for giving it a 7. But I'm not a reviewer, so I'm not going to put a score on this. But, like, I don't know, like, I thought it was good. I liked it. I thought there's a lot of aspects lacking in it. Like, I thought the boss variety in terms of the dungeons was extremely lacking. Like, they're all the same. They're just Ganon, different forms of Ganon. And some of them were like, one was like electric and whatever. And there's some cool ways to fight them, like the, I don't remember what they're all called, but the one in the camel, he like throws spikes and like shocks him. You have to lift him up with your magnesis powers or whatever the hell it's called and shock him with it so you can attack him. I thought that was cool. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't know how to do it. I have the strategy guide, so I looked it up with the strategy guide to figure it out. But, so that was cool. That's pretty much the only memorable part about any of the bosses. I know I actually didn't capture when I did the first Divine Beast, but I captured pretty much like half the set, like pretty much after Divine Beast, the first Divine Beast I did, which was the elephant. I captured pretty much everything after that for the most part, all the important parts anyway. But I remember in the that Divine Beast I did, the elephant, the boss in there, because he floods the room and like he just throws things at you. I can never. It was like the ice blocks or whatever he threw. I could never hit him, or I don't know, I was supposed to hit him or whatnot. And I got so fucking frustrated with this. So I think I eventually just jumped to the platform he was on, just throwing weapons at him until he died. I think that's how I defeated him. And like that's cool that you can like there's multiple ways you can beat bosses, but like it's only memorable because it was just extremely frustrating and I couldn't do what I was supposed to do, I guess. And the only other memorable one is because I had to lift spikes out of the ground and shock that boss with them. And then other than that, I don't really remember the other bosses too much, because they're all pretty much the same. And then, like I said, Ganon, the final boss, was very lackluster. Yeah, I don't know, that's about all I can think of for Breath of the Wild. Good game, not my favorite, definitely not my least favorite, far from my least favorite Zelda game. It's a very good game, and it is a game that a lot of people are talking about, a lot of people love. And it's a game that's going to be the inspiration for many games to come in the next for the rest of gaming, probably. Plenty of people are going to look back on it, especially as it's their first Zelda game. Especially some people, this might be one of the first games they play, you know, as they're growing up. It could be, and they're like still young, could be like 8 years old or something, playing this game for like one of the first games they played or whatever. And they're going to have fond memories of it. And there's going to be plenty of fond memories for this game. Maybe I'll even be nostalgic for it one day and go back to it. I don't know. The only two Zelda games I go back and like get really into every time I play them is Twilight Princess and Ocarina of Time. Two of the best games ever made, in my opinion. I know a lot of people really like Ocarina, but a lot of people hate Twilight Princess for some reason. I don't fucking know why. I really don't know why people hate Twilight Princess. I think the reason why is because most people probably played it on the Wii, and the Wii version is extremely inferior to the GameCube version, and that's inferior to the Wii U version, of course, because duh. But I don't know. But that's all I can really think of for my thoughts on this game. Really good game, just not my favorite Zelda game. There's a lot of things I didn't like about it. I just didn't like how many traditions they broke of Zelda. But there's things that they added that I liked. Like I like that Link is just a character now. Like you didn't change his name. He's just a Link. And I like the voice acting. I hope they can do more of that in the future. And just some other things I liked. I did kind of like the openness of it and the non-linearity about it. But I do wish it was a little more linear, because I don't understand why linear is like a bad word in gaming. It's like, oh, this game's linear. Oh, that's bad. It's like some of the games that people highly praise are very linear. Like The Last of Us is very linear. The Uncharted series is very linear. first-person shooters for the most part. Like pretty much every first-person shooter is linear, and people like those. Like GTA games are linear. Like I don't understand why linear is such like a bad word. But I digress. But yep, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you for watching. I kind of rambled on a lot, but I didn't really have any... I had some thoughts going into this, but like I didn't even think I was going to film it. It was like, oh, you know, it's kind of hot out. It's actually nice out now. I don't know what the temperature is, but according to my phone, it is 79 degrees. And it was 87 like a couple hours ago, so that's nice. It's like 7:30 at night, and I really love this time of year. But yeah, I'm just rambling again. But thank you for watching me ramble on about mostly Zelda. So if you like this, please like, share, and subscribe. Really subscribe. I got 82 now, and so I'm very close to getting 100 subscribers, and that's my goal. I really want to get that soon, so please help me out by sharing and telling your friends. That would be amazing. And I don't know what the hell I was doing with my hand. Like, I don't know what that was, but it was a thing that I did. So thank you for watching. Again, I keep saying shit over and over and over again because I just don't know how to talk. And thank you again, and I will see you later for more videos. I don't know what other videos I'm going to do, but I'm going to keep making videos because I like making YouTube videos. Also, because I don't really promote it a lot because I don't know why, but please subscribe to my Let's Play channel, Xeno Plays. That's me and my friend Kevin / Ozran. We play stupid games together. We don't really do one-offs. We do them sometimes, but we do series. Right now we're playing Power Rangers Mega Battle, that really shitty Power Rangers game that came out a few months ago, and I'm talking really fast and rambling on. But anyway, so end of the video. Seriously now, I'm done. Goodbye.